I am Aligar Lingappa, Assistant Professor, Government Postgate College, Siriguppa. So, today's my chapter is alternating current. So, in that chapter, now I will discuss about mean value and RMS value of alternating current. So, alternating current. We know that electric current, it's the flow of electric charge. The rate of flow of electric charge gives the strength of an electric current. Again, we have two types of electric currents, AC and DC, alternating current and direct current. Where direct current, the current which does not change both in magnitude and direction. But alternating current can be defined as a current, it can change its magnitude and polarity at a regular interval of time. So continuously. Just to see the diagrams. Left diagram that indicates the alternating current, so which can be represented by the sinusoidal wave. But the right diagram, just a straight line parallel to the x-axis, which indicates a DC, that means a direct current. The current which does not change its magnitude and direction, so-called direct current. The current which can change both in magnitude and direction, that means the polarity, at regular intervals of time, so continuously, then current is called alternating current. It can also be defined as an electric current which is repeatedly changes or reverses its direction. Opposite to that of direct current or DC, which always flows in a single direction as shown in the diagrams. So we know that the alternating current, which can changes in its magnitude and polarity continuously at regular intervals of time, so called usually the alternating current, which can be represented by a sinusoidal wave. We know that the expression for alternating current, so called instantaneous current, I is equal to I naught sine omega t, where I that indicates instantaneous current, I naught so peak value of alternating current. It is the maximum value attained by the alternating current is known as a peak value or a maximum value of alternating current. Then sine omega t, where omega that indicates the frequency. So omega is equal to 2 pi e of frequency of alternating current. So average value is usually defined as the average of the instantaneous values of alternating current over a complete cycle. The positive off cycle of asymmetrical waves such as a sinusoidal voltage or current waveform will be equal to the negative off cycle, which implies that the average value after the completion of a full cycle is equal to 0. So we know that one complete cycle which consists of half of the cycle is positive, half of the cycle is negative. The average value of half cycle of AC, that positive of a positive cycle, that must be equal to the average value of negative off cycle. Then the net average for one complete cycle of alternating current or alternating voltage, that must be equal to 0. Because I is equal to I naught sin omega t. Similarly, V is equal to V naught sin omega t, where V is instantaneous voltage, V naught a peak value of alternating voltage or a maximum value of alternating voltage, sin omega t, omega is equal to 2 pi pi of so-called angular frequency or a frequency of alternating current. So just to see how the high average which can be calculated. So which can be calculated or determined with the help of integration method. I average which is equal to 1 by 2 pi integration of I d theta 0 to 2 pi with the limits 0 to 2 pi for one complete cycle. Further, which is equal to 1 by 2 pi integration of I m sin theta, where I is equal to I m sin theta, where I m or I naught, so peak value of alternating current. We know that omega is equal to theta by t, then theta is equal to omega t. So, then further I m by 2 pi into integration of sin theta, that gives minus cos theta with the limit 0 to 2 pi. Further, which is equal to I m by 2 pi into cos 2 pi minus cos 0. Then I m by 2 pi is equal to 1 minus 1. Cos 2 pi 1, cos 0 minus 1, 1 minus 1 becomes 0. So I have. Thus, the average value of a sinusoidal wave over a complete cycle is 0. It is the average of sum of instantaneous value of alternating current for one complete cycle. So then what about the average value of current over a half cycle? For one complete cycle, the average value or mean value that must be equal to 0. I average is equal to 1 by pi integration of I d theta, where the limit 0 to pi. So we know that for one complete cycle, the angle must be 0 to 2 pi. For a half cycle, 0 to pi. Then again I is equal to I m sin theta. Then 1 by pi integration of I m sin theta d theta with the limit 0 to pi. Then which is equal to I m by pi integration of sin theta gives minus cos theta with the limit 0 to pi. I m by pi into minus cos pi minus of minus cos 0. I m by pi plus 1 minus of minus 1. Which is equal to I m by pi plus 2. I average which is equal to 2 by pi I m, which is equal to 0.637 into I m, 0.637 into I m. So called average value of current over a half cycle. Average voltage value, V average, which is equal to 2 Vp by pi, or peak value. So look here, the peak value which can be represented like V0, Vp, Vm, say the representation of peak value of voltage. 2 Vp by pi, which is equal to 0.637 into Vp. V average, which is equal to 2 Vm by pi, which is equal to 0.637 into Vm. Vp peak value of alternating voltage. Vm is also peak value or maximum value of alternating voltage. Then what about average current value? I average, which is equal to 2 Im by pi, 0.637 into Im, where Im is a maximum value of alternating current. Average value of current for half cycle. So I average, which is equal to 2, 0.637 V peak, V naught, 0.637 not V naught, say that is I m or I naught. Similarly, the average value of voltage over a half cycle, V average, which is equal to 0.637 V O. or Vp or Vm. So just what you want. The RMS value of the current. The RMS value is defined as the square root of means of squares of instantaneous values. RMS value is defined as the square root of means of squares of instantaneous values. It can also be described as the amount of AC power that generates the same heating effect as an equivalent DC power. So we have different methods for determination or derivation for the RMS value of the current. Say method 1, while putting A is equal to Im sin theta, we know that I is equal to root of integration of I square d theta by 2 pi with the limit 0 to 2 pi for one complete cycle. Again, Im square by 2 pi integration of sin square theta d theta 0 to 2 pi, because where I is replaced by Im sin theta, where I square that becomes Im square into sin square theta, but cos 2 theta, which is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square theta, then sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. I is equal to root of Im square by 4 pi integration of 1 minus cos 2 theta into d theta with the limit 0 to 2 pi, where sin square theta, which can be replaced by 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. Then Im square by 4 pi, the integration of 1 minus cos 2 theta into d theta, say theta minus sin 2 theta by 2 with the limit 0 to 2 pi. Then integration of Im square by 4, where theta becomes, so the 0 upper limit minus of lower limit 2 pi minus 0. Then a minus of applying the upper limit for the second part of the equation, that becomes sin 2 pi minus sin 0. Again 0 minus 0, that total, that factor becomes 0. Then a root of Im square by 2. So therefore I is equal to Im by root 2. Then finally 0.70, not 707, say 0.707 Im. Therefore, we may find that for a symmetrical sinusoidal current, IRMS, that must be equal to maximum value of current into 0.707, peak value of current into 0.707. So this is method 2. So let I is equal to I sin omega t, say that is just to see that I is equal to Im, not sin omega t, I is equal to Im sin omega t. Further Im is equal to sin theta, because theta is equal to omega t. So I square is equal to 1 by 2 pi integration of I square d theta 0 to 2 pi, where I square, which can be replaced by, I think, Im sin theta. After same thing, say 2 pi minus 0, then further minus of sin 4 pi minus sin 0, then sin 4 pi, sin 4 pi 0, then finally I is equal to Im by root 2, 0.707 Im, then V is equal to Vm by root 2, 0.707 Vm. Just to go through that derivation, same as I said earlier. So, the relation between peak value and RMS value, so-called I is equal to Im by root 2, that must be equal to 0.707 Im. Then RMS value of voltage V is equal to maximum value of voltage by root 2, which is equal to Vm by root 2. Again, that must be equal to 0.707 Vm. So this is method 3. Here also I is equal to I sin omega t. Again I am sin theta where I am is not there. You put I am there, I is equal to I am sin omega t. So mean value of A, so again the same thing, IRM square, so then 1 by pi root of IM square sin square thing. So again this for I think for a half cycle. So after a simplification we will get IRMS by IM by root 2 0.707 IM. So similarly, ERMS is equal to EM by root 2 is equal to 0.707. So we know that the conclusion of this concept. We know that the instantaneous value of alternating current I is equal to IM sin omega t, where IM, so maximum value or peak value of alternating current. Similarly, instantaneous value of alternating voltage V is equal to Vm sin omega t, where Vm maximum or peak value of alternating voltage. Similarly, E is equal to Em sin omega t. So E is instantaneous EMF. Em maximum peak value of alternating EMF. Just is the instantaneous current, instantaneous voltage, instantaneous EMF. I is equal to Im sin omega t, V is equal to Vm sin omega t, E is equal to Em sin omega t. Then similarly, IRMS is equal to Im by root 2 is equal to 0.707 Im. Then VRMS is equal to Vm by root 2 is equal to 0.707 Vm. So similarly, ERMS is equal to Em by root 2 is equal to 0.707 Em. So called the expression for RMS value of alternating current, RMS value of alternating voltage, RMS value of alternating EMF. So the mean value or average value and RMS value of alternating current.